Since I'm presenting this show, I can't exactly skive off to play video games. So, for the next 20-ish minutes, I'm going to play a different kind of game. I plan on eating this entire bag of Doritos, not sponsored, before the end of this video. Vault, spot me.
If you spill any crumbs in here, I'll not be held responsible.
Spot me.
Fine. 3, 2, 1, go.
Slight problem. Probably a glitch. Like I said, I plan on eating this entire bowl of Doritos, not sponsored, before the end of this video. Starting...
You should probably set the video up first.
That is actually a very good point. Coming up, we've got some unique treats and features that you can only find here in a full episode of Games Vault. We're joined by the wonderful Luke Stevens for an exclusive interview. But first, I eat these potato chips.
But first...
Oh yeah, the gaming news. Spoil sport. Well, this one's got a hair on it. PlayStation Showcase happened last night, so we're recording this the morning after. See, normally the gaming news is recorded on a Thursday, so forgive us if this seems a little rushed, or my hair continuity is terrible, or if I was up all night, unable to sleep, and it's super obvious on my dumb knackered face. Anyway, things! Shiny new things! For starters, the Blue Monday cover in that opening promo film was a thing of beauty, and so well done, I think it got me pregnant. Next up, Jim Ryan welcomed us in for what was in store, wearing the same colour shirt as the background. Come on, man. Coordinate better. But I can forgive him, because he immediately took us to a galaxy far, far away with a preview of the Knights of the Old Republic remake. The Star Wars classic has picked up a trick or two from Darth Plagueis to wiggle its way back to life and onto the PS5, giving Sony faithful a chance to finally explore the 2003 Xbox classic in a whole new way. Shift Up brings us the biggest glimpse yet at the mysterious but highly anticipated Project Eve, which appears to be the result of Resident Evil having a baby with Dead Space while taking part in some extra naughty Bayonetta roleplay, but after a quick DNA test, the father might actually be Devil May Cry or Final Fantasy. Basically, the designs are gnarly, the action is spectacular, and I can't wait to learn more soon. Ever play the Borderlands 2 DLC with Tiny Tina and think, oh gee, I sure as golly gosh wish that this was an entire game? It is, it's happening. It's called Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. The insanely talented Ashley Birch is back as Tina alongside a star cast made up of the likes of Andy Samberg, Wanda Sykes and Will Arnett. Madder than a box of frogs and due out in 2022, you might want to detox on the E numbers ahead of this one. Luminous Productions' Forspoken got a bigger spotlight this year ahead of its spring 2022 release date. And besides showing off a charming as heck main character and snappy dialogue, it seemed to confirm the traversal meets superpowers angle is a brilliant blend of Zack Snyder's DCEU and the Shadow of Mordor games. But, you know, fun. Even though Square Enix's Avengers has got me sick of laboratory corridors and yellow uniforms, I've got to admit that January 2022's Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Extraction, gosh, try saying that fast 3 times, does look like a challenging and potentially frightening multiplayer experience. Speaking of scary stuff, Xbox classic Alan Wake is finally making its PlayStation debut next month with Alan Wake Remastered. Perfect for Sony-owning folks who loved Control and want to meet the unfortunate author for real. Oh look! It's Grand Theft Auto 5 and Grand Theft Auto Online! Again! We knew this was coming. We've all played through it at least twice already, and yet I can't deny that the processing power of the PS5 has got me tempted to try it all out one more time. But where does it end? When we eventually get a console so advanced that we can smell Trevor?
Yeah, but your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they didn't stop to think if they should.
GTA 5, again, is out in March of 2022. We've got a double whammy of action-adventure chills and thrills and extended looks at Tango Gameworks' Ghostwire Tokyo and Eidos Montreal's Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, followed by closer peeks at Vampire the Masquerade's Blood Hunt Battle Royale goriness and next week's Deathloop sci-fi stylishness. Oh, also the upcoming Radiohead album is getting a game thingy. Sure, why not? Now, either I got drunk playing Firewatch and watching Moana last night, or maybe I just saw the trailer for T'Challa, which looks gorgeous. Nate, Sully, Chloe and Nadine are gracing us with their presence once more for a PS5 upgrade in the Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection. But then, PlayStation Studios showed up to the table and decided to whip out their big, impressive, luscious, delicious lineup. Insomniac teased us with a look at a certain superhero sequel, but no, it was a fake out. The web slinger was not in that bar, but Marvel's Wolverine was, bub. The Raging Canuck is getting the same treatment Spidey did in 2018, and I, for one, cannot wait to feel like the best there is at what he does. And what he does now has haptic feedback. It's been a long 8 years, but Polyphony Digital and PlayStation Studios are bringing back the ultimate racing thrill in Gran Turismo 7, which, and I'm not even a car guy, made me want to dress up as the Stig and take a few laps. And then after that, maybe race a car around a track. Oh, hang on. My spider sense tingling. Yes, there are the boys. Insomniac unveiled the 2023 release of Marvel's Spider-Man 2, which combines the two titular heroes of the previous games, Peter Parker and Miles Morales, and pits them against, by the accent of that narrator, I'm guessing Kraven the Hunter? Oh, and also Venom, but who cares about him? I want my mustachioed man in his tiger print tights. And lastly, before the exclusive interviews wrapped up the showcase, we paid Kratos and his boy a visit to find out the delayed God of War Ragnarok will finally be arriving on the PlayStation 4 and 5 in 2022. Familiar faces, familial disputes, and Battletoads? I'm not going insane, right? Those green guys look like the Battletoads. Anyway, sign me the Brock up. Wow, that was a lot. What are you most excited for? Let me know in the comments below. And that's the news. Now you're fully prepped. We interview a fair few gaming legends here on Games Vault, but not many game legends. This is a pretty big deal. So big that they've not let me handle it. I'm stuck here in the vault. But Kieran, our roving reporter, is at an undisclosed location right now, about to interview the one and only Agent 47. Enjoy. Agent 47, thank you for joining us today. Am I alright calling you Agent 47? Names are for friends, so I don't need any. You can call me 47. Okay then. 47. Could you tell us a little bit about what you do for a living? I'm a professional cleaner. You clean? I thought you were an assassin. Yes, technically I am an assassin. Oh, okay then. What's it like to be a hitman? Just like any other profession. I like the satisfaction I get from a job well done.
Both targets down.
A job well done? You mean if the person... Target? The target that you're after is dead, right?
Oh shit.
Yes, but it's more than that. It's about subtlety, stealth, and precision. And it's about cleaning up afterwards. That's important. Oh, that's why you say you're a cleaner? Yes. I've seen some of your work. You like to hide people in lockers a lot. Lockers, oil drums, whatever. If you don't clean up, the alarm can be raised prematurely, which can make it more difficult to get to your primary target or hinder your escape after the fact. More importantly, dead bodies bleed a lot. You can't leave bodily fluids lying all over the place. It's unsanitary. And you're really careful? I am thorough. I strategize. I plan for any and all possible outcomes. I am organized. I like order. I saw you kill a guy with a garrote once. Only once? Yeah, you were wearing gloves and... That's an important detail. The gloves? Well, yeah, so you don't leave any fingerprints, right? So you don't touch any germs. What? I've seen the files on some of these people. I know where they've been. Do you think I want those germs? Well, why don't you wear the gloves all the time then? Don't you think it would arouse suspicion if I was wearing blood-stained gloves while pretending to be a clown at a children's birthday party? What kind of parent hires Pennywise to show up for their 10-year-old's birthday celebration?
Just need to see your invite, sir.
Tell us about your weapon of choice. Well, I'm particularly fond of this one, my ICA-19 Blackballer, an all-black 1911 patent pistol with a custom slide and suppressor, a very quiet weapon as it fires 45 ACP, which is inherently subsonic. Despite this, it deals a high amount of damage and is rather accurate, being capable of easy headshots at medium range. Wow. Also, it's easy to clean. Thanks for that. More from them later. When it comes to deep dives on video game narratives and carefully examined critiques of gaming blockbusters, you can't go wrong with YouTuber Luke Stevens. And with nearly 250,000 subscribers following for his video essays and gaming industry discussions, I am hardly alone in feeling that. I got to chatting with the lovely Luke about his work ethic, his love of gaming, and his ambitions to start a studio of his very own. You describe your channel as deep diving into the intricacies of the gaming industry, and you're definitely not kidding on that one, because your essays and presentations on YouTube are pretty comprehensive. And yet, one thing I really like about it is it doesn't feel like you're being lectured or read a dump of information. It's like someone who's really passionate about it is just like, wait till I tell you about this. So it's sort of comprehensive, but really comfortable and a little bit informal. And I admire how you strike that balance. And I want to know, how would you even begin?
With regards to kind of the feeling and the tone, I honestly don't know how that comes across or how it happens. It's just kind of a happenstance, because I am just passionate about it. I enjoy talking about it. So it is, for me, just a matter of, like, check this cool thing out.
So what kind of games would you want to explore first?
I've talked about this rarely because I'm still like sorting ideas out. And I've always thought that there's a lot of potential for theater and for games to kind of merge. And I think they're similar in a lot of ways, because theater, one of the reasons live theater is so much different than film and television is that of course, it's a live performance. It's much more interactive because the performer is bouncing off of the audience. And in that moment, there's something special that's created between the audience and the content. And I think that something is also present in many video games because of that interaction that happens.
Is there a game at the moment that is sort of making you go, "Ooh, this, well done"? You've pulled the hobby back out of me a little bit for this one.
Yeah, that's a good question, because with the type of stuff I do, of course, I have to play every major release, and I play them in relatively quickly after launch, and I just have to keep moving down the list and keep plowing through them. So it's really hard for me to find like one game that I can just be obsessed with in that moment and just enjoy for the sake of enjoying it. But I'd say right now, just last night, I wrapped up the main story of Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and that thing is fantastic. It's phenomenal. It strikes like feelings of childlike wonder and whimsy. Like it feels like a game that I would have really enjoyed when I was like 8, and that's awesome. But then it's also just a great game by itself, and so it just works on many levels. And then there's a whole, speaking of musicals, there's a whole musical number at the end after all the credits roll. So if anybody's playing it, let the credits roll. And then Emperor Nefarious sings like a whole ditty about being alone at the top. And it's wonderful. I think the game that's consumed much more of my life than I would prefer is probably Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And that's because a lot of my audience is very, we're big fans of Assassin's Creed. Even like behind me right there, I don't know if you can see that, is a statue of Ivor. So like, I'm a fan of Assassin's Creed. I have been for a long time. Like Red Dead Redemption 2 was a great example of a game. It's very drawn out, very long, lots of empty space between things that you're doing. And it works phenomenally well. because the developers were confident enough that they were like, yeah, it's okay if it takes you 5 minutes to ride your horse to the next town over. That's okay. Enjoy the scenery. Chill out. Like, it's as simple as that. But in Valhalla, they feel the need to like scatter 15 collectibles along the way and then have a bunch of like wolves attack you halfway there. And they're like so insecure with the world design that they don't want to just chill and let it be. That's all they needed to do, but they couldn't. So yeah, I mean, you'll hear all about that in the full video, but I'll leave it there for now.
I cannot thank Luke enough for finding the time to fit an interview with us in and for chatting for so long. To see the full interview, keep an eye out for our bonus content coming soon. Maybe subscribe to ensure you don't miss it. Just a thought. I'd also recommend that you subscribe to Luke's channel, but based on his numbers, chances are you already are subscribed. Well, after all of that sincere, heartwarming and life-affirming banter, I'm now in the perfect mood for our semi-recurring segment. What the hell was that?
The hell was that?
Like, all of that. God, I remember that coming out. It was in the first year of the PS4 and Xbox One's life cycle, and also the first big Assassin's Creed title of that generation, and it just was so not ready. It was like taking a stuffed crust out of the oven to plate it up, but the pizza dough's still droopy, and the pepperoni is still chilling on the farm. I mean, sure, in hindsight, the story and mechanics have seen a bit of a reevaluation. Our lovely guest Luke has done some amazing video essays about it. But no matter what, I still can't quite shake this image out of my head. And honestly, I'm not sure I ever will. He lives under my eyelids. He has none, and so he sought out mine. And now he lives there. It's almost enough to put you off your crisps. Not me, though. Oh, wait, another hair. Oh, why is this one curly?
What's the most important item in an assassin's toolkit?
That would be my hand sanitizer.
You're really?
Yes, really. I use hand sanitizer on every mission, all the time.
Because of COVID?
Long before COVID.
DNA?
Partially.
Germs again?
Exactly. It just makes sense. Killing can be messy, all the blood and tears and such. 99% alcohol hand gel is essential. It's almost my trademark.
Like your suit?
My suit?
Your trademark. You look very distinctive. The black suit, the red tie, it's it's tidy.
Thank you. I take pride in my appearance. Not like you.
Me? What's wrong with me?
You have coffee stains on your t-shirt and your shirt isn't even tucked in, your socks don't match.
You noticed my socks?
I notice everything. This is an important interview for your Games Vault show, and look at how you turn up. You'll never be taken seriously dressed like that. You look like a student.
But I am a student.
That is no excuse. You show contempt for others when you make no effort to dress properly. Even the shirt you're wearing over your t-shirt is misbuttoned.
Oh yeah, I guess it is.
It offends me.
Sorry, I was rushing to get here. Aren't you ever in a hurry?
I find it best to wait for the perfect kill.
Using the perfect weapon? I mean, you seem to have a lot of them.
I try to bring my own most of the time. Again, for sanitary reasons, but sometimes I do pick things up along the way when opportunity presents. Plus, as I said, I always have my hand gel.
What about dying? Aren't you worried about getting killed?
I'm not that easy to kill.
Well, yeah, obviously, but do you think about it?
No, not really. Why? Bullet for everyone? And a time, and a place, an end? Like now, for example.
What? Me? No, why me?
What was your mistake?
My mistake? I mean, what mistake?
What was your mistake.
The socks?
The socks.
Wait.
Diana says hello.
No!
Nicely done, 47.
It's good to be back. Where's my sanitizer? Oh, another one. Oh, was the interview over? Good. How did it go? Did Kieran do well? I'll ask him about it when he gets back. Time now for a visit to the Retro Gaming Gallery to check out your old school wares. Just beware of the curator. He's an odd fellow. For the connoisseurs amongst you, those who take their gaming seriously, we acknowledge that we in the Retro Gaming Gallery sometimes choose our exhibits with an eye more toward terror than technique. But then are we not all dancers in the macabre mamba of gaming oblivion? Well, aren't we? Take our next exhibit. Please take it, no one else will. Come with us now as we stroll through the Retro Gaming Gallery in a shot framed perfectly to avoid the fact that I'm not wearing any pants. Oh, look at this. Lost in time for eons, or at least what felt as such, these stone-cold classics from the Mega Drive era of consoles have re-emerged, reawakened like a phoenix from flame, so that we may gaze upon them and ponder the question, who the fuck is Rystar? An absolute treasure, I'm sure you'll agree. Meanwhile, we've got this piece of shit. Picture, if you will, the collection from this young gentleman, which includes Golden Eye. I found his weakness. Golden Eye. He'll do what I please. Sonic Chaos. No time for sweetness. Pokemon Stadium. I tried and I failed. Thank you for joining us in the Retro Gaming Gallery this fair evening, or whatever time it may be where you are in the world. But we have to go, as my Hot Pocket dinged in the microwave 10 minutes prior, and I'm slightly worried that the flavor will subdue over time. Doors on your left. Well, that's it for this week, so put your controllers on the charge dock, take the disc out, and kiss your headset goodnight. But also don't do that, because you've probably not given it a clean in a while, and the waxy buildup around the headphones is just not the one, you know? A massive, massive, massive thanks to our guest Luke Stevens. Don't forget to check out his channel, and hey, if you'd like more of him, but with occasional shots of my face showing up every now and then, our extended interview with Luke will be up soon. Hit us up on all the socials, because you're senpai, and we just merely and humbly want to be noticed by you. And if you enjoy the show and think others might too, spread the word. Share the videos. Tattoo our URL on your forehead.
That's a terrible idea.
Kind of agree with that, actually. Subscribing and reposting is fine.
So, how did your game go? Oh, you've barely eaten any. Quick, have one more before the credits start.
But it's covered in fluff.
Go on, Chris. Eat it. It's only a Dorito. Not sponsored. Enjoy it, Chris. Must taste quite fluffy.
Delicious, delicious hair.
Good. Very good, Chris. You eat those fluffy Doritos. Not sponsored.
Oh.